What is good, boys? Hope y'all are having an amazing day. I need you to lock in on this video because this is very well going to change your life. This is probably one of the most important videos that I'll ever make in my entire life. So let's get straight to it. 5 questions to ask yourself before 2025. Now, I have these written on paper. I'm going to answer these with you. These are the most important 5 questions you could ever answer in your life because 2025 is either going to be the best year of your life and the most focused, the most driven that you're ever going to feel, and most importantly, the most successful that you're ever going to be, or this year is going to be a repeat of last year or the year before, whatever it is. This is how we're going to change our life. These 5 questions right here. So let's get straight into it. If the next year of your life looked like the last 2 weeks, would you be proud? Now, I want you to sit with this one for a second, right? Think about it. The last 2 weeks, how has your morning routine been? Have you been staying consistent with the gym? Have you been staying consistent with your habits? Think of the small things. It's not necessarily on the big scale of like, hey, am I making a bunch of money yet? Like, no, think about it on the scale of, hey, am I progressing in my life? Am I progressing in my routine, my character, my speech, my communication, my whatever skills, my people skills? You need to be looking at it on the micro. So then when the macro hits, you are that individual. Don't just base it on your success. Especially when you're looking at year time frames, you have to space it out, right? Because a year is going to compound into the next year and then to the next year because you're compounding micro habits and micro inputs into the macro habits, into the macro success. So what you got to look like and look into is how well are you juggling your habits? Are you the individual that can obtain that success that you want? And what is your day-to-day routine like? If the last 2 weeks were how next year was going to go, would you genuinely be proud? For me, I would say yeah. I would say I'm very proud with how I've juggled these last few weeks. I've had a bunch on my plate, and I've had probably my best grossing month as a business that last week, and I'm very excited to just keep getting more clients, keep pushing forward. So next question. Take a second and answer that one if you need to. What are you avoiding right now because the feeling of failure scares you away, right? What is the thing that you're avoiding in your life right now that you think you're going to fail in and it like freaks you out and you don't know like what to do about it or how to go about it? Everybody has that one thing, right? For me, it may be, getting on a call with somebody. I have the fear of like, hey, am I going to be able to, help this individual, blah, blah. When in reality, I know I can, right? And I'm sure you are going through something similar. You possess the skill set. You possess the knowledge. You possess everything. You just have to get through that mental block of your mind trying to hold you back. Because our minds are survival mechanisms. They're made for us to survive and thrive in comfortable environments. But as soon as adversity hits, your mind tries to shift you off path and shift you in to that state of, I need to get back to comfortability. So what is that one thing that's holding you back? And I want you to define that. Put that down on a piece of paper and figure out a way how you're going to push through it. Because that one thing that's defining you and keeping you from your dreams is going to feed into next year. So you have to abolish it by the end of this year so you can go into next year with that momentum. Because the fear of failure, we suffer more in our minds than in our reality. So you have to focus on what is that thing that's causing you to suffer mentally. The fear of failure, the fear of, stuttering, the fear of, the knowledge, whatever it may be, just figure out a way to get over it. You got to get over it by next year, right? Number 3, these are only getting better, so keep staying. Is your daily routine getting you closer to your dreams or setting you back, right? Think of your day-to-day routine. Because you have 365 days a year. So odds are if you was to get 1% better every single day, that would compound into a lot of percentages. 365% better than last year. But let me tell you, every day you're not going to be able to get better. Maybe you can sharpen your skills. Maybe you can, get clear on your goals. You can still win though. You can still win. And that is the goal, right? Some days when I just don't feel like working, I always end it especially at nighttime, on a good note. So if you're struggling with something right now and you're struggling to stay focused, stay consistent, always end it very well at nighttime, right? At nighttime, make sure you're packing your bags for the next day. Make sure you're hydrating. Make sure you're sleeping well. Make sure you're getting your protein in. Make sure you're, taking your supplements like ashwagandha, whatever you're taking, make sure you set yourself up for the next day so you can correct those mistakes that you made today, right? So make sure your daily routine isn't holding you back. It's only making you fail forward or push forward, one of the two, right? Number 4, if you snapped every excuse away, would you be capable of a year from now? What would you be capable of a year from now if you snapped away every single excuse in your life? If you told yourself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you didn't even think, you just acted. What is that thing what do you think you could accomplish, right? For me, especially in the past 2 to 3 months of business, I've been getting so much better at communicating and, learning Spanish, doing well with my clients, changing lives. These guys are relying on me, and I've done so much better at providing for them and over-delivering for them. And that's a big thing right now for me is I want my coaching to be so good that these people look at me and they're like, I only paid that for this because I'm over delivering in a market that's saturated. But I know I'm the best coach of them all. So that's the one thing that I've been knocking out of my life to make sure that I'm hitting the next goal in my life. What is yours? What is that thing? Write it down. Right? What is that thing that you are avoiding that would completely change the trajectory of your life? This is a big one. This is similar to the last question, but I want you to think of, because this is the last one, I want you to think of the trajectory of your life right now. What is that one thing that's holding you back from that mindset shift to set you on a different path? For me, it was mentorship. For me, it was paying somebody to gain information to take my coaching for the next level. Because it's a lot of money, right? It was holding me back. It was sketching me out. And it was probably one of the best things I've ever done because I got the systems, I got the information, and I got what I needed to take my coaching to a different level. So look at your life and figure out what it is, right? Obviously, if you can't follow through with yourself, you got to get accountability. If it's getting in shape right now, get a coach. If it's trading, get a mentor. If it's whatever it is, just look for the next level in your life. Make sure you're leveling up every single day. Even if it costs you a little bit of money, bro, that's fine. Money will return. Time and experience will not. So you got to pay money almost to get your time back. Looking back, I wish I would have just bought a coach when I first started lifting. Because that would have set me at the level I'm at now in 2 to 3 months. Even if I paid $1,000, bro, I would be so far ahead of my future self right now. I'm dang, I wish I would have done that. So by far, mentorship. Make sure you are investing in yourself to push yourself to new levels because everybody is so high tier and information's so easy to get now. You just pay for the information and set yourself apart, right? I spent over $5,000 on mentorship, but it's put me into a different bracket mentally and how I feel about my services as a coach, right? So I hope this video was valuable to you. Make sure to like and subscribe if it was. We're only getting better. 2025 is going to be our year. Book a call with me in the bio for elite one-on-one coaching. If you need a coach, I will take you mentally and physically to the next level. Let's get it, boys. Love y'all. We out, man. Peace.